Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. I hope everyone is safe and healthy. In today's video, we have a sub 4 meter car by Mahindra, the XUV 300. Special thanks to Unnati Motors for providing us this car for the review. If you are in Pune and looking for a Mahindra dealership, just visit their dealership, you'll get the best deal. And don't worry, because they're keeping your safety in mind and following all the guidelines issued by the government. If you are new to our channel, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss out any notification. And if you ever have any doubts or any queries in the automotive world, just get in touch with us on our Instagram page. The handle will be right over here. Now let's begin with the review of the XUV 300 BS6. This sub 4 meter car by Mahindra is available in 6 different colors and has many features which are first in segment. It is offered with 2 engine options, so you have a diesel 1.5 liter turbo and a petrol 1.2 liter turbo. Both of them are available in automatic and manual transmission, so both of them are 6-speed gearbox and the automatics are called as auto shift. The petrol one is with us today and it delivers a maximum power of 108 bhp at 5000 rpm and gives a peak torque of 200 Newton meters between 2000 rpm to 3500 rpm. The other option is a diesel variant which delivers a maximum power of 115 bhp at 3750 rpm and has a peak torque equivalent to Mahindra Thar, 300 Newton meters between 1500 rpm to 2500 rpm. The one with us today is an AMT, so it is an automatic 6-speed unit. And now let's begin with the key of the car. The key is very simple, so we have 3 buttons: lock, unlock and then find my car, which basically activates the blinker. The car has a flat front, so you have a flattish hood which you can actually see from the driver's seat, and then is a flat drop over here. The car gets dual halogen headlamps, one is a projector, other one is a reflector, and then with that are bulb turn indicators. The DRLs run from the headlamps to the bumper where your fog lamp is fitted, and the fog lamp is surrounded by a piano black finish. The front bumper also gets a skid plate, and as this is a W8 optional model, which is the top model of the XUV 300, it gets everything that Mahindra offers with this car. So you do have front parking sensors as well. The side profile is also almost flat. You do not have many curves, but you have a prominent shoulder line, and then there is the cladding running from the front wheel arch to the rear wheel arch from the footboard. Along with that are 17-inch diamond cut alloy wheels on which are mounted MRF Wanderer of the size 215 by 55. Now the best thing about this car is you get 4 disc brakes. So all the wheels have disc brake which are first in this segment and only available in this car, and the disc brakes are available in all the variants. It gets electronically retractable ORVMs which can be electronically adjusted as well, and with that are black A, B and C pillars with white roof. So it is a dual tone variant and you get to see a white roof with black roof rails. On both the front doors you get request sensors and it is a keyless entry. The car gets a ground clearance of 180 mm which is decent enough for city use, and it is more than enough for your weekend getaways. Like we are doing these off-roads, it is very easy for this car to do with this ground clearance. XUV 300 gets a 42 liter fuel tank, and in the petrol engine it gives you an efficiency of somewhere around 17 kmpl, which is claimed. So we have been taking out somewhere around 15 kmpl with this car, and the claimed fuel efficiency for the diesel variant is 20 kmpl. So you might get easily around 18 kmpl. Complementing the front design, the rear one is almost flat. So you have rear defoggers with rear wiper and washer. With that is a small antenna and integrated spoiler with brake light. Along with that you have LED tail light with bulb turn indicators and reverse indicator. Now just like any other sub 4 meter car, you have a reverse parking camera with reverse parking sensors, and the cladding runs from the front wheel arch to the rear bumper with a diffuser at the bottom. The boot space is decent enough for your weekend getaways. It is 259 liters, which is the smallest in the segment. Although you have an option to recline the rear row in the configuration of 60 by 40, so you can use it as an extended boot, but the original boot is just 259 liters, which is slightly smaller for a sub 4 meter car. Now let's get inside the car. The rear seats are good, they are flat out, so you can easily seat 3. The under thigh support is slightly low for someone above 5'5", but it is manageable. The knee room is good and so is the headroom for someone nearing 6 feet. Now on the doors you have a speaker in the rear. With that you have chrome finished handlebar and a piano black touch-up with a power window switch. Below that is a space to keep your umbrella and a 1 liter bottle. So the doors are very spacious and so is the rear cabin. And if you are just 2 in the rear seat, you can always use this handrest with 2 cup holders. In the center is the reading light. At the rear, this car misses out on rear AC vents and 12 volt charging socket, which I feel should be at least available in the top variants. On the driver door, you have a speaker and a tweeter with chrome finished handlebar, and then you have the complete console with door lock unlock, all the 4 power window controls and the IRVM controls. Below that is a lot of space to keep your water bottle. The front seats are really very good. They are bucket seats and you have ample amount of thigh support, so you can go on long rides, and these are adjustable for height as well as recline. Now let's talk about the dashboard, because it is a dual tone dashboard and that dual tone is carried to the doors as well. So it is black and off-white. So on the right hand side you have place for many buttons, but you get only traction control off and the front parking buttons with headlight adjustment. The traction control is only available in the automatic variant and is not available in the manual variant. Now coming to the steering wheel. Now this is a good looking steering wheel, different from the XUV 500 and the Thar. So you have all the controls over here with an SRS airbag in the center. On the right hand side you have the cruise control and the voice command control. On the left hand side you have the multimedia controls with call, pickup and drop. Behind the steering wheel are the wiper controls on the left hand side, and on the right hand side are the headlight controls. Now in the top variant you get automatic wipers as well as automatic headlamps. And now let's check out the instrument cluster. The instrument cluster is very basic but holds all the information. So on the left hand side you have the tachometer, on the right hand side you have the analog speedometer, and in the center is a 3.5 inch MID, which is black and white, but it gives you all the information of the trips, distance to empty. Then you have the gear you are engaged in. On the left lower side you have the engine temperature gauge. On the right lower side you have the fuel gauge, and in the bottom you have the odometer. The MID can be controlled from the center console. Along with that is the digital speedometer, with that is outside temperature, and then there are settings for the MID. Now this car also gets steering mode. So you have the comfort mode, then you have the normal mode and the sports mode. In the center is a 7-inch infotainment display with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now let's check out how it sounds. Now this touchscreen does has navigation and BlueSense connectivity, which is Mahindra's own app, so that you can get all the information about your car on your mobile itself. And on the left and right hand side you have the AC vents with black piano finish. Below the infotainment display are the AC vent controls and the MID controls with the steering mode. Below that is a dual zone automatic climate control, which is a very good thing for this car. And then are the 2 USB sockets with an auxiliary port and a space to keep your mobile phone and wallet. Along with that is a 12 volt charging socket, and behind that is the 6-speed AMT, or as Mahindra says, auto shift. With that you have 2 cup holders, handbrake, and then is a small pocket to keep your stuff. On the co-passenger side you have an airbag with a small open pocket. I don't know what you can use it for, but I think you can keep your mobile phone or your wallet over here. And then is the glove compartment, which is decent enough for this car. With that you have an auto dimming IRVM, and then is a feature which is available only on few cars in this segment, the sunroof. The moment I tell you about the safety list on this car, you will rush to the nearest Mahindra dealership, because this is 5-star global NCAP rated for adults, and for children it is 4-star rated. Along with that, it gets ABS with EBD, ESP with rollover mitigation, and then 7 airbags on the top variant. No car in this segment offers 7 airbags. So this is a very safe car. It has a good build and a good finish. Now it's time for us to take it on a drive. And before you go on a drive, wear your seatbelts and follow all road safety rules. The seats are very well padded. The front row has good under thigh support and lumbar support, which keeps you intact on the seat while initiating turns. Being a sub 4 meter SUV, you sit slightly high on the front seats, and from here the complete hood is visible with a good visibility of road ahead and behind. The rear row is also good. It sits slightly low as compared to the front seats but have decent thigh support and leg room to offer. The refined engine and insulation keeps the NVH levels low in the cabin. In fact, the sunroof gives the cabin a more spacious look, and the fit and finish of the dash is absolutely premium. Currently we are driving the 1.2 liter turbocharged petrol engine, which contains 110 horses and outputs a torque of 200 Newton meters, which is massive. And when we talk about torque on diesel engine, which is 1.5 liter and turbocharged, it is 300 Newton meters, which is more than enough for this car. The engine is very smooth and refined, and there are no vibrations at all, even if you rev the car hard. The smoothness can really be felt, and in idling the engine is very silent. This car can very easily do 120 without creating any stress on the engine. The low end punch is decent, however the car really shines between 2000 to 4000 RPM, that is the mid-range. It pulls really strong and then slightly goes flat at the top, which is totally fine because the overall performance of the engine is really good. The 6-speed torque converter does a good job while driving in the cities, and it comes with a hill hold assist, which helps in pulling up the car on a slope easily, giving you convenience to drive comfortably. However, this gearbox takes its own sweet time to shift gears, and you can really feel it because there is a good amount of lag when it shifts while you are normally driving, and when you want it to shift aggressively, it feels like forever. I love the manual 6-speed, as then everything is in your control. The steering feels definitely different from the other sub 4 meter SUV because it gets first in segment 3 steering modes, that is comfort, normal and sports. In comfort mode, the steering becomes so light and nimble to rotate, you can move it with much less effort, and there is certain amount of slack introduced in center position. In fact, the feedback also goes on a lower side. In normal mode, the steering becomes stiff and stiffer in sports mode with a good amount of feedback. I would recommend using sports mode on highways or when at high speeds, and comfort in city, leaving the normal mode for other cars. In addition to that, there is a bit of understeer, and it's because of the front wheel drive, which is normal. The brakes are also superb on this car. All 4 discs starting from the base variant itself. No car in this segment gets it, and they work as a charm. Keeping the car in your control, the braking performance is amazing, offers good amount of feedback and brings the car to a steady still in no time, inspiring good confidence while driving this SUV. Suspensions are very well tuned, which muffles the bumps and potholes comfortably. This improves the overall ride quality. The overall riding experience and the handling of this car are fantastic. While initiating turns, there is some amount of body roll, but it is well contained. Also, the high speed stability is good and the tires offer a good amount of grip. The turning radius of this car is 5.3 meters, which is decent. XUV300 is known for its build quality and safety. It has a long list of features and feels upmarket as compared to its peers. So, comfort check, safety check, features check, and price. Well, it is slightly on a higher side in this segment, but the premium is all worth it, considering the safety especially. This car is one hell of a drive, and I don't know about you because I myself am planning to buy this car because it is smooth, it is silent and it is powerful. So it checks all the right boxes and it has all the features that you need with the safety and promise of Mahindra. So if you also loved this car like I did, you can get it too starting from 8 lakhs ex-showroom Delhi all the way up to 13 lakhs for this top variant ex-showroom Delhi. I hope this video was helpful for you. Do give it a thumbs up, and if you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and definitely ring that bell so you never miss out great content from Rev Explorers. We are also present on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. So if you have any doubts or any queries, you can directly get in touch with us or leave it in the comment section below. We'll try to help you as soon as possible. We'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, stay home, stay safe and drive safe. Bye bye.